The situation in our life now is nothing stable anymore. Things will change very fast, and things can happen anytime. We cannot predict much in our life. So, to prepare to face any situation is very important thing. What kind of skill do we need to prepare ourselves? What kind of skill is important when we don't have access to anything that we used to have in normal life? No electricity, no tools, no machine, nothing, no money. And how can we survive? And what kind of skill do we need for that situation? Practice our skill is important. Even we will not use it or we will use it, it's still important. Because any kind of skill that we have, especially manual skill, how to use things, how to use tools, how to see things in the way it is very important thing. So I think it's important to at least have some skill to use some kind of tools that we will use often. Any kind of tools. For tropical country, for us, I think we use the machetes, the big machetes like this big knife. This is very important for us. In the past, when we have this thing, we can cut the big wood, we can cut the small wood, we can make a strip, you can strip of bamboo, you can tie anything. And then if you have this part, mainly people can do almost everything in their life. It's very important because you can build a house with these tools. You can make a basket, bamboo basket from these tools. We can make tools and other things with this one. We can cut everything, even clean the fish or cooking, and everything is in this one. So people have this kind of machetes in the past. Every house, every people will have at least one in one house. And then they can solve all the problem in their life. Even there's no other tools, no electricity, nothing else that make them feel comfortable like now. So how to learn to use this thing is very important. And then how to cut them, cut the wood, how we cut the big wood, how we cut the small wood, how we can shape something very nice. So it's including how to sharp them, how to take care of them. I think at least we have skill to use a few kind of tools in our life. That's one kind of security. We don't know what will happen. If we have nothing left, but if we can have only one thing, we can survive. We can make traps. We can make traps to catch some animal for eating if you're not vegetarian, or you can cut this to make another tools to grow food, to do everything in our life. So we cannot rely on what we have now much, because what we have now is mainly electric tools. With no power, we cannot do much. But if we have some manual tools like this, it will make a big change when we're facing the biggest crisis, the biggest change in our life. I think at least we learn how to use it, have it and learn how to use it, and do some tiny thing in our daily life with it. That's the way to make sure that our life is secure. For me, I need to have this knife or machete and a hole to dig and a space to dig too, a small space to dig thing. And that's pretty much I have everything. And then if more fancy than that, I just have a hammer and a saw that I can do everything if I have this much. So even I don't use it, I still have the skill with me. Even in the civilization, in the middle of all kind of technologies, sometimes I still use that thing to solve the problem. So skill is quite important for us. We need more skill to use manual tools in our life. At least a few of them that will help us to survive, to solve the problem easily. Even nothing happen, we can solve the problem easily in the cheapest way. More choice in our life when we have more skill.